sharp tape. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I literally have no filter on. This is just my basic camera. I did want to comment on the original Charlotte Tilbury concealer and kind of a couple comparisons. Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be doing a review of the new Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. I'm going to be testing this baby out, doing a first impression, seeing how it applies, how it feels, how it looks on the skin, how it sets down, and I'm going to be doing 2 days of testing. It is shortly after 11:30, so we'll get a good wear test today, and then on day 2 I will put it on bright and early in the morning so we can get hopefully around a good 12-hour wear test to see how this baby actually holds up. I do have combination oily skin, so I'm a really good candidate to see does it actually hold up to the elements, to the oils. So yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. So this is the Beautiful Skin medium to full coverage radiant concealer with hyaluronic acid. I got it in the shade 2 Fair. It comes with a decent shade range. It is a creamy skin-like medium to full coverage concealer that visibly conceals, brightens, and lifts the eyes and face. It is available in the 30 waterproof shades, and it has up to 16-hour wear. Waterproof, I love to hear, especially considering it's a radiant finish. I want that beautiful, radiant, luminous finish that makes my skin look so beautiful and luminous and stunning and healthy, but I want it to hold up like a matte finish. Do you know what I mean? And that's hard to find. So hopefully, considering it's waterproof, it will be that. It has hyaluronic acid to hydrate and revitalize the outer visible layers of the skin, niacinamide to smooth, golden vitamin C to visibly brighten, skincare infused and to improve the look of the skin with each application. It is designed with a doe foot applicator for easy application. It's lightweight and long wearing. This is the packaging, which I cannot get over. I love Charlotte Tilbury's packaging. Super stunning. And as I said, this is the shade Fair 2. So number 1, this is the applicator before we get into shade. When I looked at this in the haul that I recently did, which I will link down below if you want to see all of the amazing makeup I got some more high-end makeup that's brand new, and I also got like a ton of drugstore. It's like the biggest haul I've ever done, and it's actually also where I announced my giveaway. So I will encourage you guys to go check that out so you can enter to win some really nice makeup and see what else I got. But anyways, when I did the haul, I took a look at this to see the shade, and you can see it actually looks quite thick. The consistency of the product, it looks kind of almost moussey, or like, not moussey, I guess, but just thick is how I would describe it. So very interesting. I'm going to show you the shade. That's shade Fair 2. It's actually going to be such a perfect shade to brighten but not be too light. So let's just go ahead and check this out. I'm going to not apply a crazy amount because I want to see if it's buildable. Okay, so after a first layer, which I didn't go super heavy with either, you can see it looks pretty good under the eyes. I'd have to see once it's set, that's the biggest thing. I'm gonna just try to build it because I'm definitely wanting a little bit more. I kind of am not sure how I'm feeling about this so far. I feel like it kind of looks heavy under the eyes, but maybe once it's set too. I'm gonna also just apply some here because I like to have a super concealed face. So far I'm enjoying it. It's definitely radiant finish. You can see it's like giving that radiant finish. It doesn't feel super heavy. It kind of looks, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Maybe it's because I'm not really used to radiant finish concealers. I just feel like it doesn't look, maybe it's just not blended in fully. Yeah, it's starting to look better the more I really blend it and soak it in, like push it into the skin. For the most part, it looks quite smooth. It definitely has brightened my under eyes. It feels nice and hydrating without feeling like heavy. You can definitely see that it's a creamier consistency, but it does end up blending it really nicely. I feel like I'm looking pretty concealed. It's not that tart shape tape. I don't want to add any more because I feel like typically when I apply too much concealer, that's when things go funky on me. So yeah, I'm not seeing hardcore full coverage, but it's like pretty close to full coverage. It's a high medium, I would say. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup. I'll come back and show you what it's looking like completely done, and then I will do the wear test. Okay guys, so this is the finished look with the concealer. I'm not loving my under eyes. I don't know if it's the concealer or if it's the powder I chose, as I am testing a new powder right now. So I will do a powder I am familiar with for day 2. Under the eyes is just not completely set. It's kind of sinking into my fine lines, and it does look a slight bit cakey. Also bunchy a little bit around the nose, but everywhere else my face is looking smooth. So I kind of have to see how this wears, and then day 2 again I'll use a powder I'm really familiar with and see if it was the powder today or if it was in fact the concealer. So stay tuned if you want to see how the concealer actually holds up and a day 2. Hey guys, so it's been about 8.5 hours. The concealer I'm not loving so far, but I did test a new powder today, so I am going to see day 2 with a different powder if I really enjoy it better. I definitely have to see what day 2 brings for me to form a final opinion. As you can see, it's kind of creased a bit and it's just not looking super smooth. So I really want to see if I use one of my favorite powders. I used a pressed powder. I did actually go ahead and try out the Patrick Ta foundation and powder duo, and I used that pressed powder, which I'm typically not a huge fan of pressed powders under the eyes unless it's like a powder foundation. So I do want to see what it's like with my favorite loose powders, and then I will give you guys my final opinion. So stay tuned for day 2. Hey guys, so this is day 2 of the Charlotte Tilbury concealer. It's been a little bit, probably an hour since I put my makeup on, and it is 11:30, so I got it on at about 10:30. So I definitely think that my issue day 1 was the powder, because as you can see, it's looking so good, the concealer. My under eyes are looking pretty smooth. It's not accentuating the lines. It's not accentuating texture. I literally have no filter on. This is just my basic camera. My skin is looking so flawless. It's lightweight and it looked very hydrating before I set it down. So if you can get away with it and you don't like to set down your under eyes, then this will be really hydrating for you. I just don't know how you people do it. I mean, clearly if you have dry skin, it will absorb some of the moisture, and maybe that's why, but when I put on makeup and I don't set it down, it creases, it shifts. It's man, sometimes I wish I didn't have to put on powder, because that whole dewy look is so pretty, but for my oily skin, it just doesn't work. But I'm looking in the camera, and usually when I record on my phone, I'm this doesn't look as good, but this is looking so flawless, and I'm loving the concealer. So happy with it so far. I definitely will update you guys as the day goes on. Also, I'm loving my lips. I feel like I always rush my lips, and that's why they don't look very good. I did the whole pull it out, and I'm loving the look. Comment below if you want a tutorial on it, because I'm really digging this look, and I think you guys would love it too. So yeah, I'll see you guys. So it is 8:30. It's been 10 hours. And I want to go relax. I want to wash my face. Okay, so I cannot believe the difference from day 1 to day 2. The foundation and powder made a huge difference. Unfortunately, day 1, I just was testing a new product. It didn't work out. But it was not this concealer. So as you can see, I barely have any wear whatsoever. It looks like I just did my makeup. It's maybe the slightest bit shiny, barely at all. And the under eyes are still really good. No creasing. It doesn't look dry. It doesn't look crepey. It hasn't settled into any fine lines. And even no bunching beside the nose, which I get all the time. Transfer off my chin is minimal, which I get a lot of. So the areas I've applied it, it's really looking beautiful. It's smoothing to the skin. It's hydrating, like it doesn't really dry out the under eyes. I feel like it is hydrating definitely, but when you set it down with a powder, you're not gonna notice those effects as much. You know, I don't notice it's super like hydrating and creamy feeling once I set it down, but it held up really good. It didn't look dry. It didn't make my under eyes feel dry. And it's beautiful. It's smoothing to the skin. It has a really, really pretty finish when you don't set it. And that's when you really notice the more hydrating effects, ingredients, all of that jazz. So love, 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 love. Definitely recommend. I did want to comment on the original Charlotte Tilbury concealer and kind of a couple comparisons. The Charlotte Tilbury original I found did not hold up very well and did look a little bit cakey on me. It wasn't my favorite concealer, and so this one is a significant difference for me. I'm enjoying it 10 times more than the original. So if you had any issues with the original or if you've never tried it, then I will say this one is much better, and I do recommend the new one, definitely. I feel like it's just longer wearing, it's more lightweight, it still does really good coverage, and it looks a lot nicer and lighter and more natural and skin-like than the original, the Magic Away, sorry, because they do still have that one. It's a different concealer, but then their first, I cannot get over it. It's my new favorite right now. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and so that you don't miss any of my future reviews and upcoming videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.